Hey guys, thanks for joining me. I've got a quick unboxing that I'm going to do, and just also a quick rundown of what's in the box. This is another Aragon, and this is one that I've actually been kind of scoping out for several months. I said in my previous video on Aragons, I've had a Sky Guardian from Aragon before, and it was okay. I wasn't in love with it. And so I've always been a little reluctant. Aragons come up in the Watch King exchange fairly regularly. You'll see them, and I don't know. I think before I got the Dive Master 2 that I previously reviewed, I wasn't sold on Aragon, but I gotta say I was actually very impressed with and still am, with the Dive Master 2. I'm really pleased with it. I like it. The build quality is awesome. They've got good movements in them. And today what I have is something different from the Dive Master. This is an anti-gravity. The anti-gravity is unlike anything else I have in my collection, and so I think it's going to fill a nice spot for that. The anti-gravity is a 45. This is the 45 millimeter one. I figured the 50s would be just too massive for me. It's comes with a K1 hardened mineral crystal. So to keep down costs, they don't do sapphire crystals on their watches, at least the lower priced ones. It does sport I think these are a Seiko 2 this is an NE57 movement in this one. Plastic on these, this is wrapped up way better than that Dive Master 2 was. I got all the plastic off this, able to inspect it a little bit, and I'm pleased with it. I think that the band might be slightly different than what is on the I think it is a different band, so I kind of appreciate that I don't have the same band on both these Aragons. The links they seem like they're kind of spaced out. It's kind of a different design. There's little gaps in between each link. That's pretty cool. The crystal on this thing is the big seller, the thing that really sets it apart. And it is crazy how deep or how tall that crystal is. It's this huge, I think it's a double domed crystal, and it's pretty unique, pretty cool. This one has this power reserve in it, which is pretty awesome. Go ahead and has a screw out crown. Pop that, and then, whoops, too far. I just want to wind it. And so you can see it down there. This is the empty mark is actually at the top on these. And then as you wind it, you're going to see that gauge starts to fill. And this is a 40 hour, so I'm sure I'm right to assume that those numbers indicate hours. So there's 10 hours. Doesn't have a date on it, but that's okay. I have plenty of watches with dates. I don't have any. This is my first watch with a power reserve indicator, so that's really cool. Second hand moves pretty smooth, pretty standard for a Seiko movement. Does have an open back display on it. Nothing too fancy with the NE57, but still a cool feature that you can always show off your movement. This thing, let's see, has their logo there on the buckle on the bottom, which is standard for the Aragon brand. This is a 200 meter, 660 feet, or 20 atmosphere water resistance. It says it weighs 7.9 ounces. It's not too bad. It's not a real chunky watch. Before I pull this off, I'm going to show you my La Chronos. I've got another review of this one coming. I may have already had it done by the time I get this one out to you guys. Really a cool, unique Kickstarter watch that I was able to pick up. It's an automatic with a sapphire crystal, so it's got some nice features to it. It's pretty odd. I don't know if I love the green. I wish it was a different color, but not something that I'm going to ever have another shot at. So pretty lucky to get my hands on that. But it wears comfortably. What I love about these are, for how large of a watch it is, the case is kind of this, it tapers quickly and starts to contour to the shape of your wrist, and so it actually ends up looking really nicely sized for for wrists for as large of a watch as it is. This thing's going to get some flipping comments though. I know it, because that is just a crazy awesome case. The domed crystal on this thing is wild. It's going to be a attention grabber for sure, I'd imagine. Once again, I think my love for Aragon is actually starting to grow. I'm much happier with these two installments. I might give the Sky Guardian another look someday. I just wasn't in love with the band, and I think you tend to kind of fall into the trap of listening to other people. You get into the watch gang exchange, and there's Swiss movements and highbrow different makers and movements out there, and it's easy to kind of look down on these guys like Aragon, but these guys have been around for a heck of a lot longer than most of these micro brands, and so they've got pretty good at what they're doing. They aren't afraid to take chances, and I think they put out a pretty quality timepiece. So I'm pretty happy with this. I'll wear this thing proudly and often, and I'll tell you one thing, there's not another watch that looks anything like the Antigravity. They've got several different models of Antigravities. This one is my favorite. They've got open heart designs and different colors, but this thing's pretty freaking cool. Okay, well, I think that about nails it on the Aragon Antigravity. I'd give it a A+ for the quality, or for the quality at the price point. If you guys have any comments or questions, please leave them below. Make sure that you subscribe. I've got so many more watches to bring you guys, and keep cranking these things out so that you can get an idea of what's out there, get more familiar with micro brands, and see what Watch Gang has to offer. Appreciate you guys' support, and I'll talk to you guys on the next video. We'll see ya.